ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is week number 5 of NFL predictions, and boy, I don't think we have a really good lineup this week. I think there are a bunch of games that could be average, that might be good, but none of these matchups really stand out to me this week. Thursday Night Football to kick it off. Colts at Broncos. I'm going to take the Broncos, even though both teams don't have their starting halfback. Javonte Williams is out. Well, he's gone for the whole season. It's the Melvin Gordon show. But also, Jonathan Taylor's out. Well, not for the season, but just for this week. Sucks because I have him on my fantasy team. First overall pick, and you hate to see it. Especially because he's been really below average this year. I'm going to take the Broncos. I feel like the Broncos have a better idea of how to play football than the Colts right now. Giants and Packers. If you were to tell me 4 weeks in who's going to have a better record, Packers or the Giants, I would have told you that the Packers would have had the better record. And then you would have said, actually, no, Josh, they're tied. I would have told you you're lying. That is false. Cap. You were just trying to make an argument out of me. I don't know how the Giants are doing this well. It is an extremely good start for the Giants. I'm okay with it just because I have Saquon on my fantasy team, so go Saquon. But I feel like realistically the Packers are going to win this game, even though they almost lost to the Patriots last week, and I will cover that in a minute. But they went to overtime with a third-string rookie. So I don't know. Maybe the Giants will win this. But realistically, I would assume the Packers would win this game. All right, Steelers and the Bills. Well, if we're going based on paper the Bills should have no problem winning this game. They have faced much better teams, so losing to the Steelers really would hurt them, if you know what I mean. Like, they played the Rams, they played the Ravens, they played the Dolphins, all better teams than the Steelers. So on paper, the Bills should win. All right, we have the Chargers and the Chargers and the Browns. To continue the trend, on paper, I feel like the Chargers are the better team here. I don't know if Justin Herbert is still struggling with the that rib injury or whatnot. I feel like the Chargers, if they get going, they should win. Granted, last week they played the Texans, and the Texans scored 28 points on their defense. It was like a mini shootout, but it really wasn't, because I think it was the score was 38-28. So the Chargers are more high-powered than the Browns. But if the Browns slow it down and just run Nick Chubb into the Chargers' throat, we could have a different story come next week. Speaking of Texans at the Jaguars. I guess the Jags are good now. I guess we're rolling it back to 2018 when Blake Bortles just retired. So congratulations, sir. Crazy how he was one play away from going to the Super Bowl. Anyways, Texans and the Jags. I'm going to take the Jags here. I feel like this is like a trap game, because the Jags have been really good I think they started off 1-1, and then now they're 2-2. They beat the Colts, which was surprising. I don't know who's better, to be honest. I don't care about either of these teams. Based on the record, I would assume that the Jaguars will be fine against the Texans. Chicago Bears at Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota, on paper, should not have a problem here. Bears are 2-2. Like I said, I had them losing last week, and they did. Not to say that one 49er game wasn't a fluke, but I said not to think that it would happen again. And I was right. I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings here. You already know. It is the key matchup of the week. This is going to decide who goes to the playoffs. This will decide who's going to win it all. Realistically, it's the Lions and the Patriots. After last week, I don't know what to do anymore. We were so close to upsetting the Packers. So close. I'm not even upset. I'm not mad or frustrated. I'm actually extremely proud of how the Patriots almost. You either win or you lose. So there's no like, well, we almost beat the Packers. Like, we almost did it. There's none of that. We still lost. But Brian Hoyer, our second string, knocked out. Bailey Zappi season, third string, comes in. Honestly, you're not asking much. You're asking him to just be a game manager. Throw some passes if it goes through third and long. If he makes them, if he doesn't, well, okay, whatever. We were so close to winning that game. Packers got a chance in overtime. Patriots got a chance in overtime. But eventually, Aaron Rodgers was like, okay, enough's enough. But now we're playing the Lions, who I believe rank 31 in defense. So, maybe. Also, I don't know who's playing quarterback for the Patriots this week. I doubt Mac Jones is going to be back. Hoyer's still concussed, I think. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bailey Zappi gets the start. Third string rookie against the 31 ranked defense. That's a recipe for a W. I don't see the Patriots losing to the Lions here. That's the only thing that concerns me is Jared Goff right now with the Lions is kind of fired. I think the Patriots defense will hold. I mean, they held the Packers with Aaron Rodgers. Well, not really. Because it was like 28 to like 23. So they did score a ton of points. But they did get stops when stops needed to happen. So comparing Jared Goff to Aaron Rodgers is kind of crazy. So I think the Patriots can do it. I really do. I really think they can win. And then they will be 2-3, which I didn't think they'd be 2-3 at the start. But it's better than being 0-5. Patriots on top. Seahawks at the Saints. I think the Seahawks are going to do it. I think the Seahawks are going to beat the Saints here. I don't know what's going on with Kamara. I don't know what's going on with Jameis. I don't want the Seahawks to win. I have a bet on them having the least amount of wins this year. It kind of hurts me if they start winning games, especially if they go 3-2, because now the Bears and Texans will be worse. They'll have a worse record. Texans, I think, might have the worst record all year. 0-3-1. So, yeah, that's not good for my bet. But I'll take the Seahawks here. Dolphins at the Jets. Interesting AFC divisional matchup. No Tua, Teddy Bridgewater. I don't think Zach Wilson's the real deal. I would rather trust Teddy Bridgewater over Zach Wilson. And he has better weapons. I mean, people are like, Garrett Wilson's really good, and I don't know too much about him. But I know that there's people worse than Garrett Wilson, but Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are far better than Garrett Wilson. And at this moment right now, at 9:31 on a Wednesday night, I'm saying that Teddy Bridgewater is better than Zach Wilson. I'm taking the Dolphins. As much as it pains me, I need the Bills, Dolphins, and the Jets all just take an L for the next 8 weeks. If that's possible, make it happen. But for right now, I'm taking the Dolphins. Falcons at the Bucks. Automatic L for the Falcons. Automatic. No, I'm not even considering them. I don't know what's going on with Brady right now. I don't really care too much about the divorce and him hiring lawyers and whatnot. I don't care, but I know that's going to be a chip on his shoulder. And if anyone doesn't need a chip on his shoulder, it's Tom Brady. So now, going through personal stuff, another chip, he's gonna find a way. I don't know if he's gonna go all the way off and throw for like 400, but the Bucks are gonna win. You can totally guarantee that. All right, Titans and Commanders. I'm taking the Titans. It seems like Henry, I remember I said Henry was not going to be doing well, yet for some reason he's starting to heat up a little bit. Commanders, Carson Wentz, Titans on top for the W. All right, 49ers and Panthers. I will be taking the 49ers. Baker Mayfield is trash. 3-1 start. I'm not too concerned about the 49ers. Jimmy G's back with the offense like we had it last year and the year before. Baker Mayfield, it's weird how many first-round quarterbacks go into an offense like the Browns. And then they're average, below average. They go to another team and they're just trash. And then they lose their jobs and then they're gone. I mean, remember Johnny Manziel? With that being said, 49ers. Eagles and Arizona Cardinals. I feel like this could be a trap game. The Battle of the Birds. I mean, everyone's going to be picking the Eagles. They do have a really good defense this year. So I could see them just not having a problem with the Cardinals. I don't know. Something's telling me to pick the Cardinals here for the upset. I mean, the Jags almost upset them last week. Screw it. I'm going to take the Cardinals. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the Cardinals to upset the Eagles. For some reason, I feel like it might happen. All right. Cowboys at LA Rams. Rams are 2-0 after losing to the 49ers. Cowboys are 3-1, which is crazy because there's no Dak. Cooper Rush is 4-0. Unbelievable. I don't know. I really don't know. My head is picking Rams, but Cowboys have been playing pretty well. They lose their first game and then they go 3-0. It's kind of a toss-up for me. They're playing in LA. I will go Rams. Two more games. We've got the Bengals at the Ravens. Both teams 2-2. This will decide who will be in the front seat of the division. Yeah, personally, I'm going to take the Ravens here. Not to say that the Bengals couldn't win this. They definitely could. But Lamar Jackson, I feel like he's proving something right now. Granted, the Ravens did not look good in that second half. They went into Buffalo, or I don't remember if it was Buffalo or Baltimore. Regardless, it was 20-3 at halftime. 20-3, and we're all like, yep, Ravens. Easy. They blew it. They gave up 17 unanswered points. Bills came back, 2020. Guess what happened? Justin Tucker kicked the game-winning field goal. It's awful. They might want to come out and play better than that. So I'm going to take the Ravens here. Chiefs and the Raiders. Raiders, they won their first game. I told you they would do it. Do I think they're going to win this game? I remember last year and the year before that, the Raiders always have played KC well. Sometimes they split, or sometimes they just get swept, but they play them closely. I don't think they're going to win this game. I think Kansas City is going to overpower them, and the Chiefs are going to win. And with that, week 5. It's going by too quickly. Week 5 is in the books. Let me know who you guys are repping this weekend, who you want to win, who you want to lose. And I will see you guys back here, same place, same time, same channel. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next Wednesday.